Investing in 20-year Treasury bonds is, inherently, a marathon, and not a sprint. First off, Treasury bonds are considered among the safest investments out there because they're backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. It's like the financial equivalent of having a titanium umbrella in a rainstorm. You're pretty much guaranteed not to get wet. However, safety comes with a trade-off, and that trade-off is yield. With 20-year Treasury bonds, you're looking at a lower return compared to more volatile investments like stocks or even corporate bonds. The interest rate you lock in with a 20-year bond is going to be your return for 2 decades, so you're basically making a bet on the direction of interest rates and inflation. Portland, like anywhere else, experiences fluctuations in economic conditions, but Treasury bonds remain indifferent to local economies. They are more influenced by national fiscal and monetary policy and international investment flows. Now, holding these bonds for just 5 years could play out a couple of ways. If interest rates drop, the market value of your bond will rise because new bonds are being issued at these lower rates, and yours holds a premium. Sell the bond in this environment, and you're sitting pretty. The risk, though, is the opposite scenario. If rates go up, your bond's value will decline, and if you're forced to sell before maturity, for whatever reason, you might have to stomach a loss. Moreover, inflation is like an ever-present termite quietly gnawing at the foundations of your bond investment. Over time, inflation can degrade the purchasing power of the fixed interest payments you receive from a bond. Before diving headfirst into a bond purchase, it's crucial to consider your overall financial goals, other investments, and risk tolerance. As enticing as it might be for its stability, remember that over a long enough timeline, equities have historically outperformed bonds. So, whether you are sipping a coffee in the heart of Portland or staring at the rain outside, tying up your money in long-term government bonds for a shorter period like 5 years requires a nuanced approach and a clear-eyed look at the current economic landscape and your future financial needs. It's not a bad idea, but it's also not a one-size-fits-all sort of deal. It's about balancing the security of these bonds against the opportunities you might be missing elsewhere and the potential for changing rates to affect your investment. In investing, just as in the lush trails of the Pacific Northwest, the right path differs from one person to the next.